Hey y'all, this is Cowboy Greg from Single Oak Farm here in Trinity, North Carolina. And this is my Mustang Raya. She's the first Mustang I've ever had. And I'm working with her, trying to get her gentled down and everything like that. We've worked on different things, picking her feet. We put a measuring tape on her to see how much she weighs, how tall she is, brushing her, combing out her mane and tail and everything like that. And right now we're working on getting her to lead. So this video that that follows is the progression of the first time I put a lead rope on her and try to get her to lead, to, I guess maybe at the end that would have been like maybe the fourth time I put a lead rope on her. So y'all remember, hit that like and subscribe button so you can follow along with Raya and see her progression. So anyway, y'all just hang on for the video. Okay, so this is immediately after I put the lead rope on her that I was actually holding on to. The other day, I'd put a lead rope on her and just turn her loose, let her run around with it so she get used to stepping on it and feeling what the pressure felt like on the halter. I don't think she acted too bad. I mean, she took me for a little bit of a run. And she's kind of shutting down here for a minute. But I'm going to try to pull her to one side or the other. And once again, try to get her to react to see, you know, to get the full feel and effect of having a rope on her. And here you can see she'd had a pretty good reaction to it. She takes me for a pretty good run here. And at this point, I'm realizing I need a longer lead rope. So she didn't go far, about halfway around, and she stopped. I'm just trying to calm her down, reassure her that everything's going to be all right. Okay, so here I figured out, like I said, I needed a longer lead rope, so I went and got a longer rope to put on her so she doesn't drag me around the arena quite so bad. Here I'm just trying to get her to yield to the right or the left, and I realize that the right side is a lot more difficult to get her to release to. Now there, she turned her head just a little bit, and so I felt like I need to give her any release that she had coming towards her, to her. Just, you know, if she turns her head, hey, she's thinking about going in the right direction anyway. And she's not, you know, like I said, she's not acting plumb crazy yet. And I'm really, there she is, at least looking at me, so I try to give her a little bit more of a release. Putting a little more pressure on her, trying to get her there. She backed up, took a step, big release there. I felt like she deserved that. And there again, she's looking my direction. I just can't get her to move her feet yet. So I'm going to try to bump her hind quarters with the rope to get her to maybe move away from the rope at least, or something. I just keep moving around and pulling and putting pressure on her and trying to let the rope get her to move her hind quarters. And there, so big release. She did move my direction a little bit. Now, you'll notice when I come this way, she, you know, she reacted a little bit, but she still gave some release a lot quicker. Here again on that right side, it's just really hard to get her to commit. There she did, and that was good. Just reassuring her, keeping her calm. I'm going to try to take her, try to give her to give way to the other side, which this side, like I said, she gives a little bit easier to this side than she does her right side there. That was big release. Back on the right side again. There again, just really stiff. Just does not want to let it go. See if I can get her to move that hind quarter. She moved it, but wrong direction. Now here the rope gets wrapped around her neck, and she gets away from me a little bit, and she does snatch the rope out of my hand, but I was glad to let it go because I was concerned about her having it wrapped around her. Now I'm, you know, trying to undo the rope. She doesn't freak out too bad, a little bit, but she stops. So I'll continue to take the rope off of her and continue working. Like I said, we did this probably for about an hour, this first session. That was probably maybe too long, but I felt like towards the end she started really getting the hang of it. Jackie suggested that I just try to get a little closer to her and get her to yield the hind quarter a little bit more instead of trying to pull her head around, try to push the hindquarters away while I'm putting pressure on her nose. So that's what I'm going to do here after a little reassuring that she's okay. So here I just put pressure on that hindquarter, and she yields it really easy. So I felt like this was a big win. And I'm hoping to get the same results on the right side. So here we go around to the right side. Try to push her hindquarters away while I put a little pressure on the nose. And she does yield. Try that again. And I thought she did real well. So after a little bit more of this, like I said, we probably spent an hour out here with her. And I did this just for a little bit longer. And I felt like I was getting a big win from her. So, you know, we called it a day. After a few more times of getting her to yield her hindquarters. Okay, this is day 3. I didn't videotape the second day. Second day, she really didn't pull or do that much. I had her lunging pretty well. Here, what I'm trying to do here is just teach her to yield to the pressure of the lead rope and just change the direction when I want her to. And once again, she will turn the wrong way, get the rope kind of wrapped up around her neck. Not too worried about this because it didn't go plumb around her neck. I stopped her and was able to get the rope fixed. And now, like I said, just trying to teach her to yield to the pressure of the rope. But she sure likes getting twisted up, so I let it go because I didn't want it wrapped around her neck. And, you know, she goes about halfway around the arena and stops, so it's not that bad. Here you can see, you know, I'd already picked up the rope there, and show her the rope. I don't want her scared of the rope, so I'm just trying to get her to move out. And again, Just trying to work on yielding to that pressure, and there she did pretty well. Give her some release. And that's pretty much how this day went. Like I said, I probably didn't mess with her much more than 20 minutes with the whole thing, and she started really, like I said, yielding to the pressure and doing really well. She will still try it once in a while, turn away and run, but she is getting better. So she seemed to have been getting it down pretty good. Here I'm just trying to get her to stop. And if I can get her to stop, I'm going to see if she can yield those hindquarters again. She did really well. So we relieved the pressure and we call it a day. Okay, so this is day 4. And I was able to just walk right up, clip the lunge line on her, and send her out. So like I said, she's picking this up really well. She's still just a little bit skittish of the rope. And that's okay, we're working on it. Still, my biggest thing is trying to get her to change directions. And like I said, she's yielding to the pressure of the rope really well. Just trying to get her to send her in the other direction. And I think she's picking up on this really well. And at this point, I'm not worried whether she's trotting or walking or what, but as long as she's moving. And here. I'm going to get to that shoulder and move that shoulder away. She's just not quite understanding yet what I'm trying to get her to do. There she goes. And like I said, if she wants to walk, I'll let her walk, because that's, you know, if I'm leading her, she's going to do more walking than trotting when I'm beside her. And here I am trying to move in beside her just a little bit so she gets used to me being beside her when she walks on the lead rope. And I can continue to put pressure on that hind end to get her to move out. I'm trying to put a little pressure on her forward to see if she'll go, but it doesn't quite take it yet. So I have to put a little pressure on her myself, but you know, she'll move out. So like I said, we worked with this probably 15-20 minutes again, not a real long session, but she started really picking it up fairly well, I thought. And keep her going, and I'm trotting alongside of her because I'm just trying to get her used to the idea of me and being beside her when she moves out. Now, this is day 5. All right, so on day 5, we're trying to get her to yield to the pressure of being pulled with a lead rope on the halter straight forward. So what I did was I had Jackie is walking behind Raya with a flag, and if she doesn't step off after a few clucks and a little pressure, Jackie will move her forward with the flag. And we did this for about 15-20 minutes, and she did well, I thought. She's one of the slowest walking horses I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not pulling on her, so I want her to have relief from the pressure. So, you know, so we're just trying to take it real easy here. If y'all have any advice or pointers, if you have a horse that's like this when you first started this, please leave some comments in the bottom down there. But I was real happy with her. So we did this for about 15-20 minutes, and then we called it a day. So I'm going to just here in a minute, we'll just relieve the pressure and let her go. And we'll work with her, you know, for the next few days, and I'll have some updates on it. So y'all just remember, keep following along with Raya's progress. You know, subscribe to Single Oak Farm and hit that like and subscribe button there, and we sure would appreciate it. So until next time, y'all have a good one.